Hey, welcome to the paid advertising strategy pay-per-click Google AdWords video. We're going to put this into about 13 sections. Basically gives you an overview for most of the folks that will be either trying to build a campaign of their own or trying to assist themselves in learning more about how to build a better AdWords campaign. You know, the key here is we're trying to get folks into a realm where they can skip a lot of the general dialogue that's out there for a lot of these things that you might see on YouTube or courses that you can take that are rather expensive. We're going to show you what an agency does. As being an agency for for many years and having dozens and dozens and dozens of campaigns running with thousands and thousands of dollars, we've synthesized a lot of the material into what really you need to do in order to build a campaign for either a small business or even for a larger business. This will work either way. But the key here is that we're going to show you the secrets, the shortcuts, the things that you're not going to necessarily learn from a tutorial that you may find from Google directly or from a random YouTube search just trying to get something accomplished. So what this is really good for if you have e-commerce, if you have a service business, any small business, this is a very good this will be a very good starting point for you to now get yourself engaged, no matter what your spend levels are, to become aware of all the pieces of the AdWords strategy. And you're going to take the experience that we've had and have that for your own knowledge in this video. So Mike, one of the things that we've discussed and part of the discussion that we're going to have throughout this video is maybe why it's right to do AdWords, especially now in the climate where Google's really, kind of squishing SEO not out of the picture, but we know that every day that goes by, it gets a little bit more difficult for SEOs to even be engaged at the level they used to be at, because obviously Google needs to make money, but you need to do it right. And I think that, maybe why is this the right time to be investing, especially since you've invested in this video, into AdWords?
Well, first of all, there's a lot of searches online for people just looking for information. Mm-hmm. If I want to buy an envelope, for example, I'm going to say, well, 6x9 envelope, and I'm going to see what I might want or might not want. So I'm going to compare prices. But more than that is that we use Google every single day for maps, directions, time, anything. What zip codes is where. So it's relevant. What Google does is it places relevant ads and relevant information in front of you when you're asking for it. So the reason why it's important to advertise there is because when someone's doing a search, they're expecting a relevant reply back from Google. So if you work with Google and you place the right ad at the right time, you're going to get some response, which is your goal ultimately. Right.
And for people who are now invested their money into this video, where they're going to now learn about Google AdWords, I think the key here is that the return on investment, because that's, I think, for me, the biggest why, is to learn how to quantify and optimize campaigns so that you're trying to get to the return on investment. Now, it doesn't always work. I mean, we've gone through a lot of campaigns where we've had to adjust and optimize and get to a point where now we see return on investment, but you've actually experienced, and I have as well, we're seeing positive ROI for spend. So if you put in $10, you're getting back 20, or you're putting in 100 and you're getting back 500. So, I mean, if that was
that is the case. But one of the things that I want to get across, we've been mentioning, is that we're going to put all these terms in your face and all these ideas and thoughts. One of the things we want you to understand is that it doesn't have to be this hard from the very beginning. Start small and work your way up. And think about your client. Your client is the most important person. How would they search for you? What services do you provide? And just think in a simple manner, okay, I do lawn maintenance. Okay, someone's going to type in contractor. They're going to type in home improvement. They're going to type in, no, they're not going to type in home improvement. They're going to type in landscaper. So just think along those lines exactly what your client is looking for. And that's going to feed back to your results. If you're very specific on what you want, you can do a better job.
Right, and I think what we're going to also show you in this video, and what's key, is that it's not hard. What you're going to go through in the next 13 or so sections that we've mapped out here in this video is a strategy that's going to be easy to implement. And that for us is going to be one of the things we want to make sure you get into your head, is that there may be a lot of pieces to the puzzle within the AdWords strategy, but it's not that difficult. And if you need support and you want to, reach out to us, you can check this email out here, and we can certainly get back to you with some more material. And also, from a standpoint of just general housekeeping, there are other sections that are beyond this video. We're going to put some bonus tips at the end, but there's also a whole other spectrum of advanced techniques that are more likely to fit into a larger spend category. But those pieces can also be implemented on the smaller budget strategies. And I think that as we look at this as a beginner, or not beginner, but the beginner to intermediate level pay-per-click strategy, we're going to start to give you some directions within the video to where you can find other resources as well to aid in your development process of learning about pay-per-click ads. Any last thoughts, Mike?
No, just follow the next sections. What's going to happen is we're going to break it down piece by piece so that you can follow this in an easy manner. And don't forget, it's not as hard as it seems. You can do this, but you have to take the first step.
Great. All right, we'll see you in the next section. Okay, let's start an AdWords campaign. So, just go to Google. At the bottom, you have advertising programs. Get started, advertise on Google. Sounds good. We want to try AdWords. AdWords Express is a probably not one of the things. So let's just do, I do not use any of the other Google services. Make it easy. Let's type in our email. Okay, let's see if we get this right on the first try. I agree to the terms. Okay, so let's set the time zone here. So let's do Eastern Time. And dollars. Okay, continue. Okay, now we have an account. All right. Now, I'm going to have to go back to our email and verify the account. So let's just refresh the browser here. There it is. Okay. Great. Click here to continue. Okay. Pretty easy how to set up the first initial account. Okay. So here's the things that they've sort of gone through. Okay, so choose your budget, create your ads, select keywords, enter your billing information. Okay, these are all the things that we're going to go through in subsequent sections within the setup of this AdWords campaign. But what we're going to do is go through the basics here, so you get an understanding of how it works. All right, so create our first campaign. All right, so campaign number 1's fine. You can name it whatever you'd like. Standard features, that's fine. And we're going to go into other features later on. We have Google Search Network and Google Display Network. One thing we're going to do right now is we're going to probably come back to this, but as it says, this will give you display, and it's automatically clicked us in this, and we can go back and change that. That's not really something that we need to worry about. In fact, you can just do it here. We'll just do Search Network only for right now. Okay. Desktops, yeah, all available devices is fine, and that's going to include mobile phones and tablets and so forth. Location: United States and Canada. That's fine in this case. But I think what you want to do is kind of give your you want to make sure you manually set your bids up, and let's just create a default bid for right now, $5, just for and we can come back and change these. This is just setting it up, but that's relatively most clicks are between it ranges. I mean, it could be anything from $1 to $10 but we'll just put 5 in there. Again, we're going to change this when we come back, when we get the idea of what the actual, when we go through some of these other modules. So let's just say, from a budget perspective, let's do $50 per day. Okay. And it says actually daily might vary. Yeah, it will vary, but not that much more. Ad extensions. Right now, we're not gonna worry about ad extensions because we're gonna go into the ad extensions in one of our subsequent sections, so you can skip that for right now. Okay. So now we're at the ad section. So we're gonna just put in a simple ad. So we're gonna put in dog toys. So let's just say we sell dog toys. Buy dog toys at discount prices. Shop with us and save 30%. The URL, let's say, is dog toys. Now this display URL can be anything you want. So let's say dogtoys.com/best choice. Well, that'll work. And our actual URL is going to be where we want to land. Okay, so you can always switch these up. This display URL is not really anything. It just gives the consumer some idea of what you're trying to do. Instead of the headline, let's say buy. Now let's do this. Best dog toys. Here. We try and capitalize every word if possible, but we're going to get into that in the second section. Okay, so we've created an ad. Okay, and now it's asking us for keywords. Now, again, you can just put in one here if you want for now, but we're going to come back and show you how we get back into this, and you're going to be able to, let's just put in dog toys, and puppy toys, and cat. No, we don't do cats. Puppy toys. Anyways, this is just for show, so you can put in some relative information. It's not going to keep it, so you don't have to worry. What we want to do is just make sure we have set up some relative information. And for you and for your company, you can put in the relative information that relates to your business. You can just write in any ad you want, and write in any keywords that you think would be proper for your business. Again, keywords are the sort of the river for Google to find you. And then we're going to come back and we can change all this around, and we're going to show you how that's done. Okay, so let's go in and set up billing later. Oops. Does not meet our editorial guidance. So you're going to have an issue here. So it said punctuation non-standard. So it doesn't like my exclamation point. So let's just get rid of that. Okay, set up billing later. Okay. So here's our ad. All right, and this could be an ad. So here's the basic playing field for your ad groups. And if you wanted to, you could look at on the left-hand side here. You can see at a campaign level. Here's the ad group that we just created. If you look in the ad group, we had this ad created. You can obviously create multiple ads that will spin. And then here are the keywords that we had set up. All right, so what we're going to do is we should go through this entire section of how to build the structure. You're going to see all the different places and all the different things you're going to need to know when you build this ad structure. Before you start your ads, you're going to have to go into billing and go into billing preferences. Okay, it's going to ask you to set up your billing and your credit card. All right. And then once you put in your credit card, it'll ask you for your information. And once you hit continue, it will, well, we'll go through it anyways. So let's just put in dog toys, Bob Smith, street address 130 Dog Toy Lane. Let's just put in okay, so then you get onto this, and you'd probably first want to start with automatic payments. That's just easy, and credit card. And when they do automatic payments, they'll basically run the ads. They accrue costs. Usually whatever you put in is your daily bid. They'll figure out a number that makes sense. That's the best way. You can also do manual payments if you want to just start with a bulk sum. But automatic payments are, you can set it up for X amount of days. And we'll get into this a little bit later. But going back to the campaign, you're going to have ad groups, which we only right now have just the one ad group. You can create multiple ad groups here. Multiple ad groups allow you to put in different terms under each campaign. So campaign number 1, we have ad group. So ad group number 1, obviously we had our keywords here, and those are the keywords that we're going to put into the search engine. And then we're going to go into settings, and the ads themselves, and creating keywords, obviously, ad extensions, and dimensions as well as another piece of it. But really right now we want to look at how do you best support this. A lot of the challenge with AdWords is it looks challenging from a lot of the information that's here. There's a lot of tabs, a lot of labels, automation, opportunities, analysis, billing, my account. You can explore these on your own, but reality is that you're really going to just stay with this campaigns tab, and you're going to work with your ads, and you're going to work with your keywords. These other pieces are really for more setting up how it looks. But what's simple about one thing that Google does make easy is that they're going to get the most detailed critical information up to you up front. And here's this playing field is where you're going to log into every single time, where you're going to see where your ads are, what they're doing from clicks and impressions, and click-through rates and so forth. And these are the things that you're going to want to use. Okay, let's get on to the next section about choosing keywords and other pieces of how to set up ads.